Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be talking about Taika Waititi. I like Taika Waititi because his films generally have a comedic element to them through the use of turning normal conversations into strange and hysterical, which is something done by using sharp shots and close-ups to make them seem more whimsical than they are. Taika Waititi does this also through the use of vibrant colours and props that enhance storytelling, like in Thor Ragnarok with the melting stick.
I'm in, and you know who I'm blaming?
Grandma Simon.
Hey, don't interrupt me. Why are you handing me the melt stick? He was interrupting. That's not a capital violation.
But here's some background on the legend I'm about to speak about. David Waititi, or Taika David Cohen, is male, 47 years old, and grew up in Wellington, New Zealand, with many visits to his dad in Rockall. Waititi has two children, T, who is 11, and Matawa? I totally got that right. Who is 7, and who he had with his first wife, Chelsea Winstanley, who he broke up with in 2018. In 2022, Waititi married Rita Ora. Experience? Well, Taika Waititi started off in 2002 making short comic films while he was working as a cast member of Strip, and also did some paintings in that time. Taika Waititi mostly made small New Zealand films like Boy, which was given funding from organisations such as New Zealand Film Commission, and Waititi adapted novels into films like Hunt for the Wilderpeople and Jojo Rabbit. Over time, Waititi's notoriety increased and he got funding from independent organisations such as Marvel to create big films like Thor Ragnarok, which he is now most known for. When it comes to cost and payment, Waititi jumped around a lot with different budgets of films. For example, Waititi's earlier film Hunt for the Wilderpeople was a $2.5 million film, and one of his latest, Thor Ragnarok, was a $180 million film. Much like the change in budget for the films, Waititi made different amounts of money depending on the budget and box office reception of the film. For instance, in an interview, Waititi was asked about how much he made of Boy, one of the smaller films, and Waititi had said he couldn't give specifics, but he did say that whilst the film made $1 bazillion, the distributors and cinemas made the most money, while the artist does all the work. However, after directing big films like Thor Ragnarok, Waititi probably got quite a bit more money, and has a net worth of $3 million just in 2021. Waititi has directed for Marvel, Piki, Defender Films, New Zealand Films Commission, Funny or Die, Unison Films, Resnick Interactive Development, Searchlight, TSG Entertainment, Disney Studios, Maximum Effort, 21 Laps Entertainment, Lit Entertainment and Berlanti Productions, and very many more. While many of Waititi's early films were created with small budgets, which limited the scale and made it harder to get funding and distribution, this was overcome by using effective equipment rather than expensive equipment, like Waititi's decision when working on Hunt for the Wilderpeople not to set up screens to change the lighting, as it makes it harder to make shots, and saves the money, which most of the money went to the car chase scene at the end, which was amazing. Taika Waititi is known for his usually vibrant or natural lighting in his upbeat movies, despite some of the darker themes. He is also known for doing creative shots, and they usually help him create amazing scenes without special effects. Waititi likes to feature beautiful native areas in his film, like Hunt for the Wilderpeople. Because of that, many of the shots when the characters are out in the jungle are wide shots. Also, Waititi, like most filmmakers, tries to show the relationship between his characters in the mise-en-scene, which, for anybody who isn't a big media nerd, that is pretty much the setup of the room or the scene. This is seen in Ricky Baker's birthday party in Hunt for the Wilderpeople. The table is set up as Ricky faces Heck, showing that they don't get along, which is added to by Hex crossing his arms. It also shows the connection they share with Bella, who sits in between them and is playing a song on the keyboard.
trifecta. Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker, Ricky Piker.
This all enhances his storytelling, and because of this, The Hunt for the Wilder People received a positive reception, winning 7 awards, including Best Film, Director, and Screenplay. Many articles talk about how Taika Waititi had turned what could have been a really boring story into a interesting one because of the comedy factors and also the little Easter eggs and pointers to things that New Zealand audience would know, and most of the New Zealand audience loved. I was really excited for Thor: Love and Thunder, but it was the start of the decline for Taika Waititi. See, I went to the cinemas, and that's a big thing for me because I'm an introvert, and also after COVID, everybody's a bit like, do I really need to go to the cinema? It's kind of just fun to stay at home, right? But we all went, we saddled up, me and my introvert friends, we sat in the cinema, and we watched 2 and a bit hours of Thor: Love and Thunder, a Taika Waititi directed film, and it unfortunately missed some of the things that I was hoping Taika Waititi would ace. One of my favourite things about Taika Waititi is his storytelling, and usually Taika Waititi creates jokes out of scenarios that arise in the story, and it feels really natural. But in Thor: Love and Thunder, it felt like the opposite. Like the scenes were strung together for the purpose of a couple jokes to establish Jane is going to be the new Thor in later films, and then try to be interactive by having kids get Thor's powers, which are kind of like a big part of his personality. Like, he earned that, but then kids just get pieces of it. What? And not just that, Waititi is known for working with low budgets to make great films, but it felt like this one was all CGI the whole way through to make it cooler rather than to have any symbolism like the trash planet colour schemes in Thor Ragnarok, which represented the mishmash society that had been shoved together without any real groundwork. And maybe we can blame Marvel, because Marvel has been on a decline, but they did give Taika Waititi creative liberties on this, and maybe it's the money put into the production going to his head. Either way, I hope that Taika Waititi gets back on track and makes some really good films again, because, I don't know, I was very disappointed with how the film went on.
You and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won easily.
Doesn't sound right.